Welcome back, everybody. Today I have a new showcase for the Necrodrakon team, post or while we're in the seasonal variation of it, courtesy and thanks to one of the guilds in my server, Revo. Thank you guys, you've been a great help, and I appreciate all the theory crafting and help, but let's get into it. So first and foremost, as you can see, here's the team. It's Necrodrakon, but I kind of wanted to just give off or kind of illustrate and showcase what this team is capable of. So first and foremost, the team consists of Cannaaaa, Corrin, Raynor, Marley, even after her nerf, which is interesting, but uses the physical defense reduction, the quick blade, I believe, relic here that it's called, alongside Kruger, who reduces the defense. Once you pair these things together and you have, of course, certain levels of imprints for these characters, you can get as high as 476 million damage, which, by the way, guys, the number is starting to get a little bit ridiculous because all the stats and all the numbers are getting added on top of each other. It's basically like having a prestige to all your characters with the addition of seasons, but that's cool. That's great. I'm sure you guys are interested in how to do this. Let's take a look. So, if you're curious about how the team actually works, it's basically a team shred team that also kind of heals itself, but provides damage at the same time. Now, normally you may expect something like a Coco, you may expect something like an Odie, but, and the reason why this team is so focused around things like Marley and some of the physical damage teams is because of Quick Blade spell. As you can see, it reads that it periodically damages and stuns the frontmost enemy hero, reducing their physical defense, and it increases skill damage of this spell. Now, of course, if you run someone like Odie, if you run magic users, this is not that great of a spell, to be honest. But if you do end up pairing this alongside a lot of physical characters, if you end up pairing a character like Kruger and his, his defense reduction or the physical defense reduction, the Shatter, you have a lot of damage being done, and this is currently the team that I would say I see the most of. Of course, if you want to, you can try and run something involving Odie, and to be clear, or at the start of this all, I do want to make a PSA that if you are a more free-to-play player, you are likely still invested in more of the Mauler side of things or Mauler compositions. If that's the case, by all means, and what I do want to preface at the start of this, imprints proceed, or imprints, trump all. No matter what, if you're trying to use a Marley that has literally no imprints or no EX at all, it is going to be way worse than someone who has a stronger or more powerful Odie, and that is kind of just how it is, no matter what. To be clear, the performance of my specific team here was still pretty good despite me only having a legendary Corrin and Kruger here, but alongside with my Cannaaaa, alongside my Raynor, and alongside my Marley, I was able to see decent success. I think I'm like still in the top 10 or maybe at the top 10. Let's see what the team looks like though. So, as you can tell, Corrin, not only a damage dealer here, he also provides buffs and healing to a low health target, which is nice. Cannaaaa does a lot of damage, also physical. Kruger doing the defense shred. Sometimes, I will say as well, the RNG of this team is kind of dependent on whether or not your allies end up standing in the goo, which is something that I'm sure you guys are familiar with and is quite frustrating. But already, you can see that I'm up to a 280, near 300 million performance here. That's really, really good. I think this is going to be higher, but it looks like I'm about to end up dying, which is usually where it ends here. But if I were able to survive, if I had a little bit or a few more imprints, maybe something like a couple more, copies of the Kruger or the Corrin, I may have survived for a little bit longer. But 350 million is really not that bad. As you can see here on my server right now, it is 9 p.m. my time, which is about an hour and some after the server reset, but 350 million damage, number 8 on the server for common 8, and I'm only around, I believe, resonance level 140. Yeah, I've got all my characters at 140. Not bad. To be clear as well, I haven't really done anything crazy when it comes to the progression of the seasonal content. If you have a stronger team, I'm sure you can build something stronger with this team or with another team that involves, again, Raynor or maybe some of the Maulers, but this was just the team that I saw to work out really well, and something that I do want to go over or touch on briefly because I don't think people are quite understanding or quite aware of the new seasonal district kind of aspect. It's that not only do you actually get rewards for performing well in the dream rankings or in the dream realm of your own server, but there also are rewards for the district. Now, to be clear, getting the rewards for this is a little bit more difficult, and even for me right now, I'm clocking in at top 20 1 hour after. I'm probably going to get within the top 100 or 200. I hope maybe top 200, hopefully not top 200 to 500. But there are a complete set of rewards that you get separate from the initial server rewards. So when you're trying to calculate what you're trying to prioritize, or when you're trying to calculate what resources you will have to upgrade your characters the day after, take that into consideration as well. I do also want to briefly touch on something that I've heard a lot of people talk about, which is the changes or the adjustment of rewards. Now, I do want to say that although the rewards have been spread out, and although I've seen a couple people initially complain about the rewards that you get from pretty much any seasonal content currently, the clapback, or maybe not clapback, but the response to this was that the rewards are spread across. However, something that I do want to touch on, and I don't know if I'll end up making a separate video or an entire video on this, because I've definitely seen people already talking about it already, it's the fact that they removed a lot of the rewards that were more free-to-play leaning in favor of things that kind of reward players that already have everything in the game. Now, what I mean by that is that specifically, there are some rewards in the game that rather than giving you these epic recruitment tickets, and I'll do a 10 pull just for the fun of it, instead of having these tickets, which I would say a lot of free-to-play players actually need because they're looking for, you know, new... Oh, wait a second, hold up. Oh my god, I forgot I put Marley on this list as a joke. Okay, in any case, it's fine. Maybe I'll get a better performance in my Dream Realm now, because I'm going to have a Supreme Plus Marley. Okay, in any case, though, a lot of people actually want characters like, again, these Carolina, the 5 stars, characters that you don't have on the rate-up banner to come onto their account because they need to start pushing. They want to start doing things like the meta Arden and the Control Graveborn composition alongside the Wilders. But actually, one of the rewards was changed to give you this character, Alsa. And although I do think that Alsa has some usage, I think currently Interstate, if you were kind of going to argue between getting more epic recruitment tickets or getting rate-up recruitment tickets in place of it as a reward, it is really, really punishing. Primarily, again, because there is no way for free-to-plays to really justify pulling on every single, like, you know, limited character and or rate-up character and get them to that, you know, to that Supreme Plus, Mythic Plus state. A lot of characters, and for a lot of players, the way that they have characters right now is that through getting free tickets through the all-hero recruitment or through the epic recruitment, they get an epic character, they get one of the S-level characters, they're happy with it, and they're just using this because it doesn't cost gems, which they may need to use on something else in the future. Maybe they release a, you know, a rate-up character in the future that ends up being good, but as it stands right now, unlike even arguably Florabelle, who I think people were maybe a little bit sleeper on, but ended up being pretty good later on, Alsa currently feels like she's a little bit incomplete because she, at the best right now, it feels like she is more fixated on certain niche situations where you want to block things off or where you want to be a bit more agile or be a bit more annoying. But that is not the same case as it was for Florabelle. And until we get a character like Soren, having rate-up tickets right now is not that useful. It's, of course, nice to have it in case you get it in the future, but that isn't as useful as the kind of impact that you would get from the epic recruitment characters right now. In any case, though, I'm going to try and upgrade... Wait, did I even get enough to upgrade my Marley? I didn't. Well, in any case, this is my Marley. My Marley was EX10. I thought with that pull, I'd be able to get it, which is a little bit of a feels bad, but you win some, you lose some. In any case, though, guys, this is the new Dream Realm team that I found. If you want to move out some things, again, by all means, feel free to try out the Maulers composition. The Maulers composition, of course, being a team composition revolving around Antandra, maybe even a Brutus, maybe not Brutus for Dream Realm, but Antandra, Coco, Rowan if you have him, or any healer for that matter, Smokey, ideally, if you also have him, and then you have your Odie and possibly another DPS, Cecia, or anything that has high imprints for your team. Anyways, though, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe. I'll have all of the timestamps so you guys can kind of skip around and move around if you've already made it to this point in the video. I apologize because you probably don't need the timestamps now, but tell your friends, tell everyone that you know. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I'll probably be making another AFK Journey video about the season soon. Thanks again for watching. Good night.